But thank goodness that Mr. Frank Mba, who is the force PRO, is just by your side there. And some of those concerns that you raised with regards to the conduct of the police on that day. Mr. Frank, how does it all work out for the police, and what's the strategy to ensure that, according to some of our guests who have made their submissions, that yes, there will be the presence of the military or the army on election day, but that it is in layers, and that the police is taking the front row first. So tell us, are you in that state of preparedness? What's the big plan for you tomorrow? Because basically, INEC will be calling the shots tomorrow.
Okay, for us, fundamentally, our focus. Okay, I was just trying to say that for us in the Nigerian police force, fundamentally, our focus, our priorities, our mandate remain the same and unchanging. Our desire and commitment to providing a secure, a violent-free, a crime-free environment for a free and credible election to take place in Nigeria remains intact, remains stronger than before, and remain clearly irrevocable. Our deployment, we've done our deployment a long time ago, and in the midst of this postponement, and in spite of the challenges that the postponement have thrown up, we've also tried to make the best use of the opportunity. For instance, our personnel who were deployed on interstate duties have equally used this opportunity to acquaint themselves better with the environment, deepen their sense of local knowledge, build bridges and bonds across the divide. And for us, this will equally help them in even policing the environment better, understanding the people better, delivering on their core goals better. We will continue to work with everybody. We will continue to work with the media. We will continue to work with the civil society groups. We will continue to work and support INEC in ensuring that INEC actually conduct this election in a manner that both Nigerians and the world at large will be proud of all of us. And for me, that's just the message. Nothing has changed for us. We're here, we'll continue to be here, we'll continue to provide the needed support, we'll continue to take the lead roles, and we continue to do what is expected of us. The IGP has taken a very strong position that in this election, we will provide a level playing field for all political actors.
If I may come in here,
remain politically neutral, we will remain non-partisan.
Yes, if I may come in again, the elections are not new to you, really, because you've been in that position where you are now as the force PRO. But tell us, what's the strategy that you have in place for flashpoint states, for instance? We know that some states are very volatile whenever it comes to election, and those states repeatedly over the past 3 election cycles have not really changed. So do you have anything specific in terms of your strategy with regards to states that are termed as flashpoint states?
Yes, we have very comprehensive strategies on ground, but of course it's not all the strategies that we have that I will be discussing here. But if you look at a state like Kano, for example, you'll find that within the past 2 weeks, we've arrested well over 1,000 suspected political thugs. We've also recovered huge quantity of offensive weapons in Kano. We intercepted several loads of intoxicants and other dangerous drugs. These operations are operations that these operations are succeeding because we have well ahead of time deployed covert operatives on the ground. And these operatives have been turning on intelligence information, and this information and bits of intelligence we've been receiving has actually helped us to carry out well-designed operations that are tailored to mitigate those dangers and those risks that we are observing in Kano. And so what you see in Kano is we are proactively and preemptively carrying out these operations, picking up this suspected political thugs, neutralizing them, and creating an environment that will actually facilitate a violence-free exercise come tomorrow. And what we're doing in Kano, we're also replicating them in several states across the Federation. So in all, we have strategies that are working, strategies that are workable, and strategies that are clearly pragmatic. And we just want to say that if all other strategic stakeholders continue to support us and continue to work with us, we will have a very credible and free election tomorrow.
All right, Mr. Bra, I need to also ask you this, because I don't know if Mr. Wanko equally considers it a concern, because we have heard some persons in the field who say, with regard to fake policemen, they say there are people who usually find themselves, they wear these uniforms, they you know, impersonate police officers. On election day, what kind of advisory or what is to be done? How do voters, electorates know that this person shouldn't be where he or she is, or that he or she is impersonating a police officer?
Number one, we have said this, and the INEC chairman equally reiterated this yesterday. Every police officer or every security operative that will be deployed for purposes of this election will have his name, his first number or AP number, as well as his phone numbers clearly supplied to the INEC official in charge of the polling booth, whether that's police officer or whether civil defense officer or whether custom officer is deployed. The purpose of this is to promote transparency and accountability in our deployment. Therefore, the number one test will be for the INEC officials in charge of the poll. If any operative reports to your polling center and the name and the full details of that operative is not contained in the deployment document handed over to you, that is a first red flag. Number two, all police personnel and other security agencies that will be deployed for this election will be appropriately badged. They will have their name tags on. They will equally have special identification tags on their body. Number three, the police authority is equally deploying monitors. And these monitors, we have both the covert monitors and the overt monitors. Operatives from the police provost department will be going around checking every policeman on duty. The same thing is happening with operatives from the customs, the immigration, the NDLE, the Federal Road Safety, and the Civil Defense. We also have people from the Police Service Commission who are also out there monitoring the policemen. So we have a very strong system of policing the policemen who are out on duties for the elections. Above that, if you've been following the news, you must also have realized that we've also intercepted a lot of fake materials that were illegally procured by some people, perhaps to equally make fake uniforms. The fact that we're able to do this is an indication to Nigerians that we have our duties clearly cut out for us. We have our target, we have strong intelligence on the field, and we are aggressively implementing the intelligence reports we are getting. I just want to assure Nigerians that, like, and I've said this elsewhere, like the good shepherd, we know our sheep, and our sheep equally know us. We are going out there, we will on our own detect any infraction in that regard. We know our men, we know our personnel, and we'll be putting our eyes on the ground to make sure that we don't have any form of infiltration into our ranks and file, into our officers' cadre.
Right, we'll come back to this and ask those who have been in the field as well to tell us if this is easier done than said or vice versa. Join us again.